Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, subscribe, folks, comment, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen folks, there's a link to you down below. Has links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there. Follow me across all my social media platforms and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen, people, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing a live radio show. We'll be talking about the Jets. We'll be talking about all the things we got going on. We'll be discussing it all. So call in. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. So with that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about the New York Jets getting a big win, a much needed win against the Chicago Bears. All right, this is getting back on the track, getting things rolling, and getting back, handling business in dominant fashion. Okay, Jets beat the Bears today, 31-10. 31-10. Jets get a big win. All right, and what made this win sweet was we made the quarterback change. Okay, I want to see Zach succeed here, but we had to sit him on the bench due to various things. Mike White was the starter for this game, and Mike White came out and looked very good. He made things look real easy. He was very concise. He was very sharp today with his throws. He made the easy throws. He hit guys in space, and he allowed things to happen. He didn't do anything stupid. That was the big thing today. And the offense looked tremendous with him at the helm. It did. It did, okay? Today, Mike White was 22 of 28, okay? 315 yards. He had 3 touchdowns. And it looked good, man. It looked good. Now, keep in mind, on the first score, the first drive, the New York Jets were able to get a score. Man, Mike White was just hitting all these different guys consistently. He was just finding the right guy consistently. On his first drive, he hit Wilson. He hit Conklin for 12 yards. He hit Knight, and we'll talk about Knight as well. Bam was used today heavily within the offense along with Ty Johnson, which was a bit more of a surprise. And Mike White was able to finish that drive hitting Garrett Wilson for a touchdown. That put the Jets up 7-0 early. It put the Jets up early. Now, when I saw all that, I was like, wow, Mike White is looking good today. Let's see what the defense can do. Now, the defense struggled a bit early, okay? The Jets defense struggled early, particularly tackling, all right? There was a lot of guys getting lost within the defense, and then guys would catch the Bears guys would catch the ball, and they just couldn't wrap these guys. They were somehow just breaking tackles and scooting around, and guys were jumping, and it was wild. But Trevor Siemian came out early and was pitching the ball around. He was. He found Montgomery for 26 yards. Montgomery was doing his thing against us on the day as well. But we were able to stop him and get a bit of a stop. They only got a field goal out of that drive. The Jets were still up 7-3 early. But then the Bears did get the football back after the Jets punted. And Siemian found Claypool for 31 yards. Now, keep in mind, Claypool had 2 catches for 51 yards on the day. He was also able to hit Pringle on that drive as well. Siemian found Pringle for a TD, and the Bears are up 10-7 early. All right, and again, the Jets defense looked really odd. Like we weren't getting enough pressure on Siemian. The tackling was bad. Guys were kind of getting lost out there, but they were still out there doing their thing. Now the Jets offense came back and was able to answer though, because Mike White just kept on cooking. He found Garrett Wilson again for a 54-yard touchdown. Garrett Wilson had 5 catches on the day, 2 TDs. Man, it was a bomb. It was a bomb. And this is one of the big questions that I had with Mike White was, hey, when the defense comes up and says, okay, look, we're going to take away these short to intermediate throws, let's see if you can make the throws deep. Let's see if you can beat us deep. And he dropped back. He recognized what was going on quickly. You could see he was going through his reads very quickly. He wasn't looking to try to take off and run. He was feeling the pocket around him. And he saw Garrett, and he just let it rip. He just let it go. And he found him again. That was a really nice catch, really nice throw and catch to Garrett Wilson for that 54-yard touchdown. And at that point, it's 14-10 Jets. The Jets were also able to get the ball back again after the Bears punted before the half. And Mike White led a little bit of a drive, which ended with him throwing an 11-yard pitch and catch to Mims. They put Zuerlein out on the field, and Zuerlein hit a 57-yard field goal. Woo! In the rain. And when I tell you he hit that thing, like, bruh, the ball was high and still going. It looked like he could have hit that from like 63, no lie. Like, Greg was looking really good at at that point in the game with that big 57-yard field goal. So that put the Jets up 17-10 at the half. And I was like, wow, okay, Jets offense is looking good. Again, Mike White was pitching and catching, finding different guys at the half. He was 16 to 20. He had 235 yards throwing the ball. He had 2 touchdowns throwing as well. And he had found 10 different receivers out there. This is what we talked about all season, okay? This offense does not ask the quarterback to do too much. It really doesn't. It is a very quarterback friendly offense, okay? Hit your check downs, be concise with the ball, get it out of your hands quickly, make your reads, all right? Hit the guy in open space and let them go do business. That's what Mike White did. He just was finding different guys. Hey, you open, here you go. I don't want no trouble. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you open, here you go. Oh, you into your break, I see you. Oh, here you go. I'm just getting the ball out of there. That's exactly what Mike White did all day long. He's not the most athletic. He doesn't have the biggest arm. He's just sharp. That's all he is. And he comes out and he handles business and he'll dot you up, right? So now we go into the second half and I'm thinking, all right, Jets defense has got to come out and play better than they did in the first. And I wanted to see if the New York Jets offense could continue some of the things that we saw because they were cooking in the first half. Well, Jets defense did just that. They came out, they made the adjustments, and they were able to clamp down on the Bears offense. John Franklin Myers came out in the second half, had a big sack. We also saw Huff as well come out and making some plays too. So it looked really good for the Jets defense in the second half. But the Jets offense came out and really got ripping and roaring, particularly the running game. Jets were able to get a score, coming out. Listen, Knight and Ty Johnson went to work, okay? Knight has 14 carries for 69 yards on the day. They were ripping off 8, 9-yard runs on a drive. Mike White was also able to find Elijah Moore for a 22-yard touchdown. Now, Elijah Moore, 2 catches, 64 yards on the day, a TD. He looked good as well. This is a guy that talked about wanting to be out of here because he didn't feel like he was a big enough part of the offense at one point. He looked great today. He also had a big 42-yard catch as well on the day. So Elijah Moore, with a guy that gets the ball out of his hands quickly and is concise, is just as much of a weapon as we thought that he could be in this offense. I'm telling you, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, guys really showed up and showed out in this game. Then we also saw Ty Johnson as well in the second half rip off a big 32-yard touchdown run. Ty Johnson had 5 carries for 62 yards on the day. That put the Jets up 31-10. And I mean, at that point, it was over. The Jets just dominated the second half and completely rolled the Bears. And again, between Knight with his 69 yards and Ty Johnson with 62 yards, the Jets' offensive running game really got rolling. And it's crazy because, again, we're so used to Michael Carter and James Robinson at this point. To see Knight and Ty Johnson really be the guys to lead the charge as far as rushing was a bit surprising for me. But according to reports, Michael Carter has sprained his ankle. They don't know the severity of it at this point, but he's dealing with a sprained ankle at this point, so we'll see what happens going forward. But Bam Knight was a guy that was given the ball. Sulla said that he wanted to give him the ball frequently this game as well instead of James Robinson. He said he felt like they left a lot of meat on the bone as far as running the ball in the last game. So they gave Knight the ball, they gave Ty Johnson the ball, and let me tell you, that worked today for the New York Jets offense. Now, the Jets did miss a field goal a little bit later in the game, but they were able to close things out when Mosley got himself an interception playing big. Listen, today was a phenomenal day for the New York Jets. They were able to, again, get that interception, close the game out, win 31-10, and they got rolling, man. I love what I saw at this Jets football team. I love what I saw from the Jets quarterback play. Let me tell you something. If Mike White keeps playing like this, it's going to be tough to hand that ball to somebody else and say, hey, go out there and lead this Jets football team. If he continues to put this offense in these type of situations, in great situations, throwing the football, being smart, getting the ball out of his hands quickly, being concise, hitting the deep shot when it's there, and not turning the ball over, it's going to be tough for Zach to get his job back. I'm just keeping it real. And I love Zach, and I want to see him succeed. But it's going to be tough to walk away from Mike White if he continues to play like this. And again, the Jets defense struggled a bit early, but they were able to clean up things, late, really make those adjustments and clamp down. Also, Quentin Williams played phenomenally in this game too, and Quincy Williams. Quincy Williams had big hits in this game, especially in the second half. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you folks feel about Mike White? What are your thoughts about the Jets defense? How do you feel about Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore showing up big today as well? And what are your thoughts about Knight and Ty Johnson being the Jets' 2 leading rushers in this game? I'm a little shocked. I'm so used to Michael Carter and James Robinson, especially after Breece Hall went down. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. You folks have a good one. Peace.